Okay, today guys, we are doing a little experiment. A lot of people use Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers to store their long-term food. And we all know that these are not cheap and that it is kind of time-consuming to put your food in them, seal them up, label them, get the oxygen absorbers in there and all that good stuff. And wouldn't it be a waste of time if you packaged them all up just to find out that your oxygen absorbers were bad? So the reason I'm doing this is because I was packing some Mylar bags today and I noticed that 2 of my oxygen absorber bags had the purple indicator. You see that little indicator there? It's supposed to be pink. It turns purple when it's exposed to air, and obviously it's going to be exposed to air for a short amount of time. I mean, you got to get them out of there. But this pack in particular today, it was pink. And then I took it out. I took out just as many as I needed and then immediately vacuum sealed it back up. And it was less than 2 minutes. I mean, these were not exposed to air for very long at all. And the darn thing is purple. And so I was thinking that I ruined all my oxygen absorbers and very upset because that's wasted money. I don't like to waste money. You want yours to be pink like this. I've already used these and resealed them. You can see how many times I've resealed them, and it's pink. But today I'm going to test this particular pack because I've had it the longest, and this is another one. I've only had these things exposed to the air for maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes at most before I resealed it. I'm very diligent about doing that because I don't want them to go bad, but I'm not going to throw away a whole bag of oxygen absorbers, and you guys shouldn't either. So I'm going to teach you this little thing. Actually, we're going to experiment with it. I just learned how to do it today to test to see if they're still good, even though the indicator is purple. So let me go ahead and remove one of these and seal it back up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got one packet out and I just resealed the rest of them, and it's nice and powdery. Apparently if they're not working anymore, they're going to be kind of gritty and hard, I guess crunchy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to tape it to the mason jar about as high up as I can get it. It's actually an old pickle jar, and I chose that purposely because I want to make sure I can fit my hand in there to actually get this thing to attach. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to try to get it, tape it up here. Whoa, that didn't work. Okay, let me try again. This is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Go with a wide mouth jar if you can. Okay, so I'm hoping that will stick on. You see how it's up on the side there? Okay, so now I'm going to put some water in this dish, and I'm not going to put too much. I don't even know how much that is. 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch maybe. And then I'm going to take this mason jar, stick it on, just let it sit there, get my Sharpie, and I'm going to mark the water level. Kind of hard to... Okay, you can't see my little mark here, but I marked it as close as I could to water level. And this will wash right off, so I'm not ruining my plate or anything, don't worry. But I'm going to let this mason jar sit here for about an hour, and I should slowly see the water level go down. There, you can see my mark now. I should see that water level. Oops, it's going away. It's going away. Let me remark it. Okay. If the water touches your Sharpie, it's going to just come right off. So hopefully in an hour I can check this and the water level will be lower, and that will indicate to me that my oxygen absorber is working, because it's going to be kind of sucking up the water into it as it absorbs the oxygen that's in this jar. And it's kind of like a candle. Like if you've ever done that candle trick where you put a candle inside a cup and it will suck up all the air inside of it. That's what's going to happen here. And I'll report back to you in about an hour. Okay, so this is kind of the halfway point, and it's very difficult to see, but if I move the water, you can tell how far it has come from that line. And it's only been about 30 minutes or so. Oxygen absorber is working just fine, but I want to give it another 30 minutes just to see where the water level does go to. Okay, so I'm at the 1 hour mark with my oxygen absorber, and there is literally no water in the dish. The dish is completely dry, and all the water is inside the mason jar. That is really cool. So I know my oxygen absorbers are perfectly fine. I'm so glad I didn't throw them away. Hopefully this will help you so that you don't waste oxygen absorbers, and so that you don't wind up wasting time if your oxygen absorbers are bad. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little experiment. I did. It was kind of fun. Now to watch the fun part. There's all the water.